So without further ado, we are very humbled and honored to welcome the sons of Mutulu Shakur, Talib and Mopreme. So I will hand it over to you guys. And
peace and love out to Oakland Jericho, Oakland, California, and where I used to live at one time. First, I'd like to say, me and my brother, I feel, we felt that we should be on somewhat of a thank you tour to all of Mutulu supporters, everybody that's helped over these 36 years. It's been a struggle. For those who may not know, Mutulu was granted probation, whatever the, because of the way the law is structured, it's not really parole, so it put him under probation, but nevertheless, December 16th, he'll see some freedom. Thank God. I'm started because, especially when we talk about acupuncture, seeing that piece, just reminds me of, I was like, I felt like Mutulu's guinea pig. Hindsight is 2020, but he also, he was practicing his treatments. He was giving me the deep massage. I was a little dude. He was rubbing my hands, rubbing the palm of my hands around my thumb, the pressure points. I'm like, ow, why you keep doing it? Ow. But now I know what it was all about. Dragging me around and meeting, hanging down at Lincoln Detox, with brothers and sisters recovering, watching them go through treatment. It's been a journey, especially to be at this point. And then, years later, my little brother right here, he hops on the scene, another seed of Mutulu, and it's affected us all in different ways. Everyone knows how busy, how productive Mutulu was at that time. So he ain't spent a whole lot of time with any one of us. We all had to share him with the people, so to speak. So, Ty, you tell your experience.
Well, first and foremost, I'm appreciative to be in the fold of the original Shakurs and how they embraced me as one when I first found out that my biological family is overwhelming. But then that's where the journey begins, to really learn about a true Shakur, to really learn about Dr. Mutulu Shakur. And the learning all of this at a later age in life, yes, it could be overwhelming, but as my brother said, we here together, and I couldn't have learned as much as I have learned about our family if it wasn't for my brother Mopreme Shakur, as well as Setra Shakur and the rest of the Shakur siblings. We put together a little piece for the documentary / mini series. Shout out to Gil Rios, who's on the line now, and Greg Jackson that helped me put this together. The documentary / mini series, hopefully a movie, is nowhere near complete, because how can it be completed if I didn't get a chance to get out there to get my brother's blessing on it, my sister's blessing on it, and they are definitely on standby to allow that to happen. At the same time, I would think that it would be honorable to my father for him to bless it when he do come out. So the piece of work that Gil Rios and Greg Jackson, which is some of the directors to it, and I don't want it to be fully in the universe until all the right blessings are on that piece of work right there. I don't know if it came out clear to all of y'all, but unfortunately it was choppy on my end. But if y'all didn't get this, hear it good, you could also go to YouTube. It's on the YouTube channels underneath Sacrifice, Dr. Mutulu Shakur or Talib Shakur. You should be able to find it there. If not, you know, you could probably, my director, Gil Rios, he could probably give you a little more insight on how to, you know, see some of the footage as well. Speaking about acupuncture and my father, he has taught me so much in a short period of time that we are able to visit I'm able to visit him on visits. And what he have taught me on the phone. To whereas I have my acupuncture set here somewhere. It's in the room. I can't tell you I really study it the way I should because I have so many other elements of my life that I have to deal with. But I believe that it is truly, truly, truly important for those that's serious about acupuncture. Don't play games with it because I know that it do work. Quick story before I pass it on. I had an injury on my finger playing football, and my finger was bent in an L shape. And the doctors told me that I had to get surgery done to my finger. And I didn't really want that to happen. So the next day, my father had called and I told him the situation. So when I told him the situation, he said, man, stop jiving around, go see your people in Brooklyn. And I went to do that. Shout out to Sadiki, Dr. Sadiki McKenzie. She gave me 3 treatments on my finger. And my finger right now is straight. I could bend it and I could do everything. And that was the form. She put them needles up in there. You know, she made it right. So that made me a believer about acupuncture. Yes, just like my brother said that prayerfully that our father will be out real soon. And that's to my heart, to all of those that's listening right here. Our family, the Shakur family, truly thank all of y'all for all of your efforts, all that strength that y'all had endured to help him receive his freedom. Some writing letters, some putting the pressure on the higher ups, some the legal team. There's so many people that had their hands into my father's freedom, our father's freedom. And we would like to salute y'all and thank y'all for the bottom of our hearts. Anytime I do speak with him, he tells me to make sure to let my supporters and my friends and my families know that he do not take none of y'all for granted. He truly appreciates it. He may not be able to answer all the letters or be able to call out as much as he wants to, but people that he do contact with, like me, my brother, some of the other family members, he tell us to let y'all know that he truly appreciates y'all and he do not take it for granted, not at all. I don't want to hog up the mic because I got so much to say, so I'm going to pass the mic to y'all. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and for speaking with us. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that we're very happy to be here supporting and helping with his transition back home. And I think, Aisha, you're up next, yeah?
Thank you, Cyrus. I just wanted to make one comment real quickly for Cyrus, I believe so. We're putting the links in the chat for donations for Dr. Mutulu Shakur. I'm not really sure how to put it in so that everybody gets it, but we need to enable that so everybody can have the link for donations.
Thank you, sister. It's Mutulushakur.com. Everything's going to the Mutulushakur.com.
So I would like to encourage everybody to please donate, you know, from your heart, from your pockets, from your spirit, from your soul, in bringing this great man home and helping in his transition. And thank you in advance. So now we're going to welcome comrade brother Jihad Abdulmumit. Jihad is a national chairperson of the Jericho Movement, coordinating committee, member of the Spirit of Mandela Coalition, and member of the Jumat of the Uthman Dan Fodio, a Muslim community in the United States with historic and international relationship with the legacy of the Uthman Dan Fodio in West Africa. Jihad is a former Black Panther political prisoner from New Jersey and presently lives in Richmond, Virginia with his family and works as a community case manager for HIV positive individuals released from jails and prison. Welcome, Jihad.
Welcome, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, indeed. Giving full respect to Brother Mopreme and Brother Talib. Thank you for allowing us to honor the space and welcoming your father. And thank you, and definitely respect to the family and friends of Dr. Mutulu Shakur and Oakland Jericho, and to the legal team. So I actually wanted just to share some quick stories about Mutulu for the purpose of not just bringing a smile to your face, but to show the connection between this wonderful individual, this wonderful brother, with the work that he did prior to his capture, and the healing that he brought to the community. And then that same attitude, that same activism, to use a modern day word, if you will, it continued with Brother Mutulu. I had the wonderful opportunity of being in Lewisburg with him for, I guess, about 1.5 years. As a matter of fact, during that time, all these Panthers or BLA members were popping up. I thought it was they were going to gas us or something, because we was all showing up. You know, first, I don't know if Sekou popped in, and Sekou Dinga, and Kojo Bomani, and myself. And here comes Mutulu, and he was looking around, and then they had all the comrades from, all the comrades from the FALN there before they were pardoned. That's the crew before Oscar that was pardoned under Bill Clinton. So you have all these revolutionaries up in there at one time. And so I think you already was mentioning about his healing things, because he healed my sprained ankle also. I sprained my foot. And I know Mutulu told me to, he was my running partner for a while, running the track running.
Yeah.
And I always beat him, by the way, so you can tell him that. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But okay, that's not. But anyway, so I sprained my foot, so he told me to meet him up in the TV room. I don't know if you know this, Sekou, after count. So I go up there, and he had this hat, one of the Rasta hats that you turn upside down so your dress can come out the top. I don't even know where he had this hat hidden or where he got it from, because I've never seen him with it before or after. And he had this Cuban cigar, looked like Fidel Castro gave it to him himself. And and so he had some baby oil. And so, I think like Mopreme was told, one of the brothers was saying, sons were saying that massaging the foot, and he started doing that, and he turned the cigar, or lit the cigar and turned it around. And, how we used to do back in the day, blow the shotguns, you know what I'm talking about? I know 98% of y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So he's gonna blow heat on my whatever course of my leg he was pressing kind of hard down. And he told me when it gets too hot, just tap him and let it, so every once in a while I say, it's too hot, brother, it's too hot. So, but anyway, after about 20 minutes, all that pain was gone, and it was severe pain, However, the next morning when I saw him, I had all these water blisters on my leg. But put the cigar so close. But anyway, it was the skill of getting rid of that pain. But I want to just tell you the organizing ability of Brother Mutulu in prison, and Sekou can attest to this. I remember one Kwanzaa program was like phenomenal, with all the brothers, and a good significant part of the prison population. We would have outside guests, and it was amazing how he was able to coordinate and organize, and also bring into the space, our lumpen brothers, our gang members, and how he was able to relate. And I know some of us may be familiar with the code of the thug life that that Mutulu authored there, trying to get Tupac and the relationship they had to kind of put that out there in the music. If you're not familiar, I think at some point in time, particularly after he comes home, we might can look at that document again because of the violence of Black on Black killing each other in the community. The Code of the Thug Life was a document that was authored primarily by Comrade Mutulu to get our sisters and brothers to stop killing each other in the street. So it was kind of a very crafted document with some 20 points about what not to do if you were in that life. And it was his strategic thinking to kind of like, don't come at them. These are revolutionary principles. You can't do this and that, knowing that they're not going to listen. But so what he did was, he put together these principles that they would perhaps listen to, and hopefully Tupac and other rappers could incorporate it in their music, which I will say that any artist that's on now, you may, I personally believe, as with Brother Mutulu, that a lot of changing the vibe, particularly in the inner cities amongst our youth, going to have to go through the channel of our culture, because young brothers and sisters out there may not listen to a political speech, but they may listen to that music, which leads me to singing this song for you. So, but I see some of you smiling, but I actually am going to sing a song. And, but this is a song that Mutulu came up with. And it was a song that he put together for Kwanzaa. And if you are familiar with the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, Moja, Kuja, Chakalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, and Imani, very powerful principles. And so he, in order for brothers in the joint to remember what they was, he put together this song. So I'm going to close with this song. It's very short. And I want you to repeat after me the way I'm saying it, if you don't mind. All right. And Sekou, I don't know if you remember this because you were there during that Kwanzaa. I think you might have been the one singing out of tune. But
that's shady. That's shady.
So I looking at it, but I think it's going to be quite a few Sekou dingers up here in a minute. But I want you to kind of follow me as we just sing these 7 principles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing it, and then you're going to sing it the way I do. Repeat after me until we're done. Are you ready? Umoja.
Umoja
means unity.
means unity.
Kuja Chakalia.
Kuja Chakalia
means self-determination.
Means self-determination.
Ujima.
Ujima
means collective work and responsibility.
Means collective work and responsibility.
Ujama.
Ujama
means cooperative economics.
Means cooperative economics.
Nia.
Nia
means purpose.
Means purpose.
Kuumba.
Kuumba
means creativity.
Means creativity.
And Kumba.
And Kumba
again means creativity.
Means creativity.
And Imani.
And Imani
means faith.
Means faith.
And these are.
And these are.
Guzu Saba.
Guzu Saba.
And all of you, give yourself a round of applause. You all sound like Sekou Odinga. And believe me, when we came off like that real slow, like that, Mutulu was in our case. Come on, you guys, so come on, he'll start the whole song on, so that 3-minute song, Mutulu turned into 15 minutes correcting us until we got it right. We'll be sounding like the Harlem, New York Glee Club or something. But I just want to, again, give my love and respect to Mopreme and Brother Talib and for the friends and family of Dr. Mutulu Shakur and the legal team and for Oakland Jericho for putting this together. I am confident that we'll raise sufficient enough money to make our comrade's transition home to where he has to go as smooth as ever. And that I pray to Allah that his health rejuvenates strong by just being around so many people that love him and adore and respect him, and that love would just swoop through his veins and everything and make him strong as I don't know what, and we'll be able to enjoy and embrace him for quite some time. So with that, I'll close out, and thank you, Elijah and Sister Aisha, for allowing me to speak on the program. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Thank you, Jihad. That was beautiful, and that was a great song as well. Thank you, everyone, for still being here with us. Next up, we have dequi Kioni Sadiki, who is an artist, educator for liberation, Black feminist, essayist, human and prisoner rights organizer, who has spent the last several decades working on behalf of and with U.S. held political prisoners, prisoners of war, PPOWs, as a member of the Jericho Movement for amnesty and recognition of U.S. held PPOWs, chair of the Malcolm X Commemoration Committee, Sekou Odinga Defense Committee, Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition, Free Kamu Sadiki Steering Committee, and member of the Coordinating Committee of the Spirit of Mandela Coalition. dequi served as co-editor and contributor to Look for Me in the Whirlwind, from the Panther 21 to 21st Century Revolutions, with writings published in the New York Amsterdam News, San Francisco Bayview Journal of Socialism and Democracy, Huffington Post, Black Power Afterlives, The Enduring Significance of the Black Panther Party, Climate Care Crisis and Debt, and Transcendipity, Problems and Possibilities. So without further ado, dequi Sadiki.
Wow.
Dequi.
Hey.
Hey.
Brother E. I am just, well, one, I didn't know I was going to go before his other comrade, Sekou, but I just want to say to people, Talib and Mo, like, we are just like elated, trembling with anticipation and love that this brother, our healer, our educator, our organizer, our radical Black man, freedom fighting, freedom loving Black man is coming home. And every time one of our political prisoners comes home, it is, I believe, that it is such a reminder to people to never, ever give up the idea of freedom, and that our people were coming home, because they never give up. And if they can be, they say we are in the belly of the beast in the United States, here on Turtle Island, this colonized land. If we on the outside have an ounce of what those folks on the inside have, with that level of self-determination to say, I don't care how many times the judges deny my appeal, throw my appeal out, transfer me all over the goddamn country, or put me in a hole, ransack their cells, all of those things. They never, in the face of the worst kind of oppression imaginable, they never give up on that idea of freedom. And when Sekou came home, and Jihad and Shanti and just all of those people, Jalil's here on the call, when people come home, it ought to stiffen our resolve and remind us, don't ever say people are not coming home, and don't ever stop fighting, because the minute we start believing that they're not going to come home, then we stop working for their return to us, and then we are their voice on the outside. So Mutulu called the other night, and it was the first time that we spoke to him since we found out, right? He called a couple of weeks before we knew that he was coming home, and I told everybody, I told Sekou when he came home, because he was in California at the time, so he missed his brother. But But I said, and I told Talib, man, your Abu sounded so, his voice was so strong. He was like, it was like, I got this. I'm loving that the love that I'm getting from people, like what Talib said on the outside, is reaching in. His voice was strong. His spirit was strong. You know, sometimes we think we're encouraging them on the inside, but it's really sometimes them that's encouraging us, right? And so that conversation with Mutulu left me feeling really encouraged. And then a couple of weeks later, we got the word that that he was coming home. So last night when he called, that's the first time I spoke to him since we got the news. And we was laughing and we like, yo, he said, I'm counting the days. I said, brother, we with you. We counting the days. So this is just wonderful. I can't even thank the families enough, because being married to a political prisoner, you know firsthand or secondhand, because they know firsthand, right? But you know on a much deeper level what that means, what family support means, what true economic support means, what moral support means, spiritual support, the sacrifices. The name of that film that Talib is doing, Sacrifice. You know those are not just words. Right? Political imprisonment is not just a word. It's a crushing of resistance. It's an attempt to murder people, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, and with their resistance. And so we who do this work with the families and on behalf of and with our political prisoners, I'm not often speechless, and Sekou will tell you that, but right now it's like the words don't fit in my mouth what I want to say. So I just want to say thank you to all of Mutulu's children, the ones that's not on this call, right? His family, his Aunt Edith, who used to come to the dinners every year to represent. Just, you know, this is a labor of love, our labor of love. I saw Ann on here. She's someone that's been involved with the work on political prisoners for decades herself. I mean, not everybody's face is all over the place, but there are people who never give up. Paulette is here. There's people who never, ever, ever give up. And if we learn nothing from the fact when people come home, is we must remember to never give up. And we must remember to never forget the sacrifice, the commitment that people like Mutulu made. I mean, Mutulu, like, you think about if you pass by any community in the methadone clinics, you see that people, they traded one drug for another. Well, Mutulu dealt with getting rid of all the drugs, right? By doing acupuncture. He cured people from the taste of the heroin, right? That was a threat to the capitalist system, right? Organizing young people, right? Organizing Tupac to say, like, let's change this mentality that people have. Those things are the threat, and that's what makes them want to keep those brothers inside even more. So I hope that we raise money to the roof, because our brother is in need of funds to make his transition as smooth as possible. He got the love. He got the love. He got the home that he's going home to, but he needs things that's going to make that home a viable place for him to be able, and his family to be able to love up on him and take care of him and provide for all the needs that that he will have. So tell your friends, tell your family. You do a monthly subscription if you can. You know, everybody's saying what they call today, Giving Tuesday. Well, let's give Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right on.
Right? Donate with your heart. Donate with your love. That, you know, spread the word. It's been all over the news. I haven't seen the news, but we was getting calls from everywhere. Is it true Mutulu's coming home? So we know that the word is out there. So now we want to translate that into the ways that people can support, right? And there's so many ways that people can support. And trust me, the support is needed, because this is the celebration that he's coming home. But when he comes home, it's the adjustment. all the things that things not even thought of right now that will need to be in place for our brother. So I thank you all for being here. I don't know what more I can say. I'm really honored to be here with my nephews, right? Like this is Lynn Stewart used to say, and I get this from her, this is a beautiful struggle. And it truly is, because I see people on this call that make up my family. And they're not my family through biology, but they're my family through a shared love of resistance, self-determination, of that song that Jihad was singing, all the principles in those songs, in that song. So this is a labor of love. This is a beautiful, beautiful struggle. And we want to let Mutulu know how much we value. We want to let his family know how much we, the people, the community that he sacrificed decades of his life and decades of their lives. We want them to know that we don't treat that lightly, that we honor that, not just in word, but in deed. So thank you, Mo. Thank you, Talib. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Jaleel, for your sacrifice. Thank you, babe.
Love you.
Right? Love you back, right? Absolutely.
That's it. Love.
Thank you. I'll probably miss some things, but I don't want to take up more time. But thank you all for being here. And I see some folks. I see my New Orleans people on here. Namtu and TL. Oh my God. So thank you all. Thank you. We love Mutulu, and we're going to shout that into the universe so he can hear that all the way in Kentucky until he gets on that plane and comes back to the West Coast, and we just going to keep on saying it. They can't beat us. Dare to struggle, dare to win. That's why our brother is coming home, and that's why they come home. So love y'all. I love this struggle. It's a beautiful struggle. Thank you.
Thank you, dequi. Thank you so much for being here with us and for speaking. And everyone, please make sure that you do. I know there's a lot going on right now, but please make sure you check the chat. We have the official donation links where you can donate to help the family and assisting bringing Mutulu home. And we have lots of other links that relate to Mutulu and to other work that Jericho is doing. And I'm going to hand it back over to Aisha for a moment.
Okay, thank you, Elijah. Assalamu alaikum again, everybody. Like I said earlier, please donate. Give radically, give revolutionary, and give from your hearts. And let's just make this a really strong, comfortable, powerful homecoming for him. And with that said, I'm honored to introduce Bob Lederer. Bob is a radical white queer man and longtime organizer of support for U.S. political prisoners. Bob is a co-founder of the anti-racist, anti-imperialist resistance in Brooklyn collective, and has done media work with the Spirit of Mandela Coalition. In 1985, he was imprisoned for 3 months along with several other white radicals for refusing to collaborate with a federal grand jury investigating revolutionary underground groups. He is currently co-host of a weekly queer love program, outfm.org, on Pacifica WBAI radio in New York. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you, Sister Aisha, and I really appreciate Oakland Jericho for this crucial event at this time of another amazing victory. Way too late, but still a victory of the people's movement to free another political prisoner who has sacrificed so much for all of us, and so we really need to give back to whatever degree we can to dig deep in our pockets for Brother Mutulu. And I also really want to thank Brothers Mopreme and Talib for sharing your father with our movements and our families. Well, I just wanted to highlight a few of the incredible accomplishments that Brother Mutulu has made in his life, and some of the gross injustice he's been subjected to over the 36 years of his incarceration. And I'm only going to hit some highlights. Obviously, this could be a much longer presentation, but it can't be. Let me start by saying that when I studied to receive my master's in public health a few years ago, I made an intense study in oral history of Lincoln detox and learned of even more than I had known generally from meeting Mutulu at the Black Acupuncture Association of North America, BANA,
Anna.
Harlem Clinic, right on BANA, their Harlem Clinic in 1978, after they were just brutally ejected by the city government from Lincoln Hospital. So I had known that he was a key player in Lincoln Detox, but I didn't know until I learned from his comrades just how instrumental he was, how he parlayed his political relationships with the revolutionary Chinese community in Chinatown to bring forward this incredible tool, this healing system, this 4,000-year-old healing system of acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine, and bring it to the people of Harlem, the South Bronx, and really people began flocking from the entire East Coast to get the healing, not only for drug habits and alcohol habits and cigarette habits, but from all manner of ailments that Western medicine was utterly inadequate to solve. Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and he became a doctor due to his own efforts to connect with the leading acupuncture school in North America in Quebec, and to attain training for himself and his comrades at Lincoln Detox, and begin to pave the way to what eventually by 1991 became the legal licensure of non-MD acupuncturists by New York State, and now by many states around the country. A tremendous breakthrough for millions of people. But at the center of it all was Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and of course, the incredible model of political education married to traditional Chinese medicine, and support and engaging people in their day-to-day problems created by capitalism, whether it's from greedy landlords or a food stamp program that wouldn't provide them with what they needed. It was a highly political healthcare empowerment program that was and is to this day, which is part of why I studied it, a role model for anyone seeking to bring liberatory healthcare to their communities, particularly to oppressed communities. And just one other side, even separate from all of his amazing healthcare work, is that he was active in the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa. And here in New York, he was the co-founder of the National Center for COINTELPRO Litigation and Research, which not only exposed a lot of those crimes, but also worked with white radicals in bringing a lawsuit against the FBI that won tens of thousands of dollars in damages for their illegal break-ins and other outrageous behavior in the 1970s. In any case, moving ahead to his period of incarceration, he has been denied parole by the parole board 9 times. And keep in mind that since 2016, when he reached his 30-year mark of imprisonment, he was by law required to be released, and yet still they found completely phony excuses to claim that all kinds of alleged breaches in prison as to why they should flout the law and keep him in prison. And so he continued to be denied parole after that, until finally he was released he was ordered to be released a few weeks ago, and he's coming home next month. And we're just so thrilled that he'll finally, suffering from a terminal illness that they've known about for a long time, and delayed treatment until it was so late. And at this point, he not only has stage 4 bone marrow cancer, which gives him constant pain, but he also had a stroke a decade ago. He's had COVID twice. He has glaucoma and hypertension. And those are just some of the health issues that he's struggling with. And, it's really wonderful that he'll have an opportunity to have a truly integrative healthcare regimen once he gets out and lives a free life in California. And I also want to mention the cutting edge idea that he brought forward several years ago of setting up a federal Truth and Reconciliation Commission modeled on the South African example that would include civic and religious and community leaders to fully air and seek justice for human rights violations, in particularly those carried out by the FBI and COINTELPRO in the late 60s and early 70s. And even a former leader of the NAACP has endorsed this idea of a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It's been mentioned once, but I want to make sure people are aware of the fantastic film Dope is Death. Go to dopeisdeath.com. And the free version of it is on YouTube. So check that out. And includes excerpts from an interview with Mutulu in the early 90s before the feds banned video crews being allowed to go into federal prisons. So that's a precious clip that people will want to see. And so in closing, I just want to make another appeal. Please give generously to the support fund for Dr. Mutulu Shakur. He has to pay his own expenses to fly home from Kentucky to California. Be aware that Medicare has never and does not now cover acupuncture. It is forbidden to reimburse for acupuncture. And of course, there are many, many expenses of life extending care that he will need that are not going to be covered by any government program. So it's only we, the people, who can keep Mutulu alive as long as possible and thriving. And we must do that. So congratulations to all of us for winning his freedom. And thank you all for being here and for staying by his side. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for being here with us and for sharing. I did want dequi. We did want to see if Baba Sekou wanted to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, peace, power to the people, free the land. There ain't much I can say that hasn't been said yet, just honored to be here with the family, my nephews. I don't see either one of my nieces there, but I love you all, my comrades, my brothers and my sisters. We just ecstatic to know that our brother is finally coming home. As my wife mentioned a little while ago, we spoke to him last night. He sounds strong. He had a few words for me that I won't tell y'all about right now. We getting ready. We getting ready. We're gonna do it. We need to know though, like everybody is saying, I just want to add my voice to it, that he needs everything. He's coming home with nothing but what he come home out that joint for. He don't have no underclothes. He don't have no comb. He don't have no brushes. He don't have no shoes, no socks. He needs everything, literally. When I say everything, we come home with nothing. So give generously. He's given 36 years of his life. His family has given 36 years without him. They've sacrificed so much. It's time for us to sacrifice for him. He's fought for us. It's time to fight for him. And we need to know that he's a fighter. Mutulu has always been a fighter. I mean, people say he's been arrested and did all this time for things that he didn't do. But don't forget, he did a whole lot that they're mad about. They really angry about a lot of things he did, because all them things you've been talking about that he's done, they don't like it. They don't like that he's brought free health care to people. They don't like that he's organized gangs. You know, they don't like that he's fought back. But Mutulu's a revolutionary. You know, I mean, this is revolutionary work. That acupuncture was revolutionary work. It brought about a positive change, which is what revolution is all about. You know, so let's just remember that we're dealing with somebody that deserves any and everything we can give him, because he's given everything to us. You know, so let's just celebrate. We finally got him home, as I think Bob said. Much too late. Should have been a long, long time ago. Should have never been there, really, because we should have been celebrating his work rather than criminalizing his work. But it was criminalized, and the criminals is in charge, so they were able to do that, you know. So, but now that we finally getting them back, for whatever time we got them, let's make it easy on them. As easy as we can. Don't just bring them home and give a little something. Remember, he got to live while he's home too. If he lives for another 10, 20, 30 years, he gonna need. They don't give us no Social Security. They don't give us no what do you call it when you retire after 30 years? Pensions, and they don't give us that. We don't get no pensions and no Social Security for those years that we work in the joint. They claim that ain't work, you know. I mean, it's harder than the shit that I ever did out here. That's for sure. Let's remember that he's not gonna coming home to a pension. Next year he gonna need. Year after next he gonna need. Year after that he gonna need. Hopefully for the next 50 years he gonna need. You know. And we should be there to help him for the next 50 years if he needed, you know. So free the land, free all political prisoners, free all prisoners of war, free Mutulu Shakur. We love y'all.
All right, peace and blessings, family. Free the land. You know, all power to the people. Dr. Kakai Patterson on this end, giving all honor and praises to Allah, and of course, honoring my ancestors. I want to acknowledge all of my comrades that are on the line, all of my big brothers, Brother Sekou and Brother Bilal and Jalil and all the other soldiers that are on the line. Thank you all for all of your work. I want to shout out to all of my nieces and nephews, Brother Talib and Afua, thank you for linking me in, and all of my other nieces and nephews that are on the line. Thank you all for being there and continuing to carry the torch and, you know, carry that baton and move forward. As my Baba, big brother Sekou Odinga just stated, it's important for all of us to support Dr. Mutulu Shakur when he comes out. There's been so much work that's been attributed to his work. We're looking at over 300,000, close to 400,000 acupuncture detox specialists that exist on this planet, who are here only because of Mutulu Shakur introducing acupuncture to Lincoln Detox back in 1970. We are also looking at training programs and things that have been initiated as it relates to him starting acupuncture detox. We have acupuncture in the Veterans Administrations. All of the veterans hospitals around this country are using acupuncture. They call it battleground acupuncture, where they took our protocol that we established up at Lincoln and they established a protocol for battleground acupuncture. They also have a protocol for cigarette smoking. They have a protocol for ADD and ADHD and psychotic disorders as it relates to the NADA protocol, which was done and developed by Mutulu Shakur. So that program has been adjusted and it's been flipped and flopped, and we're using it for many, many different imbalances in our community. And that's as a result of the intense research that Mutulu did in recognizing that the 300 to 400 to 500 years of struggle and slavery and enslavement that we've been dealing with, the results of that, Mutulu Shakur discovered very, very clearly that this acupuncture could address the trauma. This acupuncture could address the depression. This acupuncture could address the fear. This acupuncture could address the anger. This acupuncture could address the separation anxiety. These are all of the things that happen as a result of slavery. And these are the things that have been traumatizing to us ever since they set foot on African soil. Those same issues exist today. My big brother Sekou Odinga was asked a question in one of the videos featuring Mutulu Shakur, and they interviewed him and they asked him and they said, well, brother Sekou, do you think anything has changed, from back in the 60s and so forth? And his answer was, of course, was no. And we can definitely, put a pin on that, the answer is definitely no, that these issues that we are dealing with today are the same issues that we dealt with before. But in my experience, as you hear us talk about in Dope is Death, and you see two 17-year-old ADS specialists, acupuncture detox specialists, needling me in my ear. Both of them were 17 years old, which means that they started getting trained at age 15. So the legacy from Mutulu Shakur and the training that he has started, the Acupuncture Detox Specialist Collective, Banner's Arm for training, has been doing this work ongoingly since the late 80s, continuing to train people around the country. We started a 200 trainers program, and this, of course, is all done in the name of Dr. Mutulu Shakur. In 1978, I'm sitting at the clinic in Lincoln, and Mutulu's teaching a class, and who's sitting beside me is Michael Smith, who, of course, they tried to state was responsible for all of these things, but he was sitting in the class with me in 1978, and Mutulu was actually teaching the class after he had treated his mother. So I was actually with him at different points in time when he was treating his mother, and learned a lot from those experiences with him. So again, we have something that was presented to our community that is what we call liberation medicine. So it wasn't necessarily about the acupuncture. It was about the movement to liberate our people, and that acupuncture is just one of those tools that we've been able to use to deal with, again, prophylactically across the board, so many different issues within our community. We have ability to deal with asthma. We have ability to deal with high blood pressure. And I'm talking about the Lincoln Protocol, because the Lincoln Protocol, one of the points that we train our people in, dilates blood vessels. Again, this is the genius of Dr. Mutulu Shakur, because Black people suffer from high blood pressure more so than anybody else, diabetes, and all these other things. And this is the genius of Dr. Shakur when he said to himself, here's something, a technique that can be used in conjunction with our political education classes, that can be used in conjunction with our community organizing, that can be used in conjunction with our free food, our free clothing programs, our free medical programs and rental assistance program and housing programs, etc., because this concept will stabilize Black people in their worst situations, when they're going through the stress, when they're going through the depression, when they're going through the anger and the fear, and the not knowing whether they're going to be able to eat the next day or not knowing whether or not they're going to be able to survive the conditions that they're in, not knowing whether or not the family is going to be able to stay together. The acupuncture, we also use it to deal with the death and violence that's going on in the community with these young people running around shooting folk, etc. So we use the acupuncture to deal with grief. So one of the things that the ADS Collective does around the country is we involve ourselves in anti-violence groups. I work with a group here in DC called Ceasefire, Don't Smoke the Brothers and Sisters. And we go into the hood when these brothers and sisters are shot and murdered. And we use acupuncture to deal with the family. So once we hear about the shooting, we get a call, we go and we treat the brother, the sister, the mother, etc. This will do a couple of things. One, it stops them from going out and retaliating in a lot of situations. Number two, it allows them to be able to go through the grieving process initially and setting up the funeral and going through the funeral without breaking down. This acupuncture detox protocol that we're using actually does that, because what does it deal with? Grief. It deals with sadness. It deals with fear, separation anxiety, and allows the body to be able to withstand those particular sensitivities, those particular stimulations that are going on as a person is dealing with a loss of a loved one. So I wanted to share those things with everybody so everybody can understand the depth of it. It's not just about being able to deal with drugs. I remember telling Michael Smith that in my publications and training people back in the late 70s and the early 80s, going around the country training people, that I would talk about the fact that the acupuncture detox could actually deal with sugar addiction. And I got a lot of debate with them because they said it wasn't in the research, it wasn't in the data in terms of the training manual that they were using. I said it didn't have to be in the data for me. I'm a naturopathic doctor since 1978, 79, and I understand that sugar is a drug and that this protocol that we're using will deal with that. And of course it does. So again, there's certain things that have been left out, of this process that we've been using with acupuncture. Dope as Death is making so much of that clear to our community, but it's important for us to really understand. So what has happened is Banner, the Black Acupuncturist Advisory Association of North America, has been reinstated. This work has been done. It's been reinstated. So the torch has been passed. This information as it relates to the research and the data around this acupuncture is going to be done. So stay tuned. Go to banner.com, BAANA.com, and please register. The website may be down, but you can still go ahead and register as we're building the website and developing our membership package and our membership program. So please register. Last but not least, the ADS Collective, which is the official training arm of Banner, is doing a training in DC in December. We're doing a training in California. I see Alita Torre is on the line. We're doing a training in California with Alita. We're doing a training in Detroit with Shoshana Shakur. We're developing in that. I see Khalid London is on the line. We're working with Chicago to see if we can get that going also. But please, get my information and check in with us. And if you want to get a training done in your city, in your community, please get in touch with us, and the Acupuncture Detox Specialist Collective will be there. We have official trainers, Walter Bosque, who is one of the founding members with Lincoln. We have Dr. Udiawana Trinidad, again, one of the founding members up there with Lincoln, doing the training along with myself. So we have 3 of the 4 people who received the Mutulu Shakur Community Service Award, who are actually now doing the training after Walter was reinstated by Banner and gave him a training license, an official training license, etc. after all came out. So again, moving straight ahead, free all the political prisoners. And we're so excited that my brother's coming home. We got a nice suit hooked up for him. I've been talking to Talib, about the outfit we're gonna hook up for him and all of this stuff. We got a medical team ready, and we are super excited about this. So love to all my family, all of my comrades. We're glad Mutulu's coming home. Let's free all the rest of our brothers and sisters. Free the land, all power to the people.
Free the land. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was great. So much information and very inspiring. And first, I just want to thank all the speakers very graciously for being here. We're all very honored to share this space and hear these stories and memories and words of inspiration. And thank you to all now 69 of you who have planned out your evening to share it with us and to help support Mutulu's family and ultimately support his coming home. So humbly from everyone at Jericho, thank you for being here with us and for supporting this. I'm seeing a lot of comrades, friends, and family in the whole event here. So we're going to go and do kind of a question and answer segment here, and I'm just going to ask everyone to unmute, and you can just remute yourselves from then. And if you would like to direct a question at one of the speakers or one of us, just hit the raise hand icon and we'll start going down the list and answering questions. And once again, please make sure to check all the links in the chat. Definitely hit the donate link, the PayPal. We will post all of the Jericho social medias. Make sure you guys tap in with the social media for Mutulu online. The Instagram is Dr. M. Shakur. That is the official one that is oversaw by the family. So make sure that you guys are connected with that and are tapped in with them for more events that will be going on in the future. And looks like we have a couple people raising their hands. So let me just get to that. And if there's anything else you wanted to share, Aisha.
Yeah, I just wanted to also share, please check out the Spirit of Mandela. That is the spiritofmandela.org. That outlines the tribunal, Spirit of Mandela Tribunal that we had in October 2021. There's a lot of committees and opportunities. So if you want to get involved, please go to the website and check it out. We're doing a lot of positive work moving forward. I would also like to thank everybody who has come, taken the time to speak. You all were so powerful, and the love was so real and so deep. Just thank you. We're really honored that you all were here to share your experiences and your feelings and your thoughts and your hopes moving forward when Mutulu comes home. And again, you know, please donate as much as you can. And afterwards, to Brother Mopreme and Brother Talib, if you need anything, definitely, you know, reach out to us, Oakland Jericho, National Jericho, and we're there for you and for Mutulu, and we love you very much.
Yeah,
Love you back. Sure.
thank you.
So it looks like we have Cassandra first for a question.
Greetings, comrades. My name's Cassandra. Some formerly know me as Iapo. This is like a Black Power family reunion on the joint right now. I mean, I'm like, this is like a rock concert. I'm like, oh my God, I know everybody on the call. Hey, Paulette, how you doing? Baba Sekou. Oh, this is wonderful. This was really amazing meeting. The reason I called in Brother Cyrus and Brother Diego told me about it and invited me onto the call. I was asked 2 weeks ago to help organize the benefit concert happening here in Los Angeles on December 10th. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to reiterate those details if anybody is interested. I know most of you are outside the city of Los Angeles, but some of you are, you know, like a day trip away. It would be really dope. We have really great headliners. Everybody is volunteering their time. We've got 9 performers that day. And the headliners are pretty big. Aloe Black and Maya Jupiter are headlining. We have a lot of longtime activists / musicians who are performing, climate activists and housing activists that are performing. So it's going to be a really dope event in historic Leimert Park. That is Saturday, December 10th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we really wanted to be, when I was first approached about it, you know, I know that I have a long history as an organizer in Atlanta. That's why so many of you I know. I met Paulette and I met Baba Sekou with Tutmos in Atlanta some years back for a political prisoner event. And so, you know, it's just really important. When I was approached, you know, I think as an organizer, especially these days with how organizing has changed, people get really timid about their approach. We don't really approach certain things with a certain level of like audacity. So one suggestion that I received was like, we need to raise at least $5,000 to $10,000. I was like, the hell you say? We live in Los Angeles. We need to raise $50,000 to $100,000 and we can do that. And that's what we have to fight for. That's what we have to challenge people for. So I'm just really excited about the list of people who have come on to offer solidarity statements and to, you know, talk about the really wonderful, this is really going to change LA. I'm just saying, I'm so honored. I am so grateful. His presence in this city is going to be like a necessary shot in the arm of the activist movement in this city. And Brother Talib, I met you. You probably don't remember me, but I was one of the organizers for the Black Power Awards that I met you at in 2017.
Now I remember clearly. And y'all showed nothing but love that day. I was overwhelmed.
Yeah,
we
it was,
appreciate it. Let's do another one.
Listen, people keep asking when you doing another Black Power Awards, when you organizing another like it's timely. It's timely, especially.
And what's funny is I still have the award on my dresser right now.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So again, and then one last thing, if I may. So when I went to, so I'm an acupuncturist, by the way. I guess that's the side note, because right now my cap is this organizer for this event. My day gig is that I'm an acupuncturist. And I've been an acupuncturist since 2014. And as a member of the African People's Socialist Party at the time, I was challenged by the party to go to medical school to develop a ministry of medicine for the African People's Socialist Party. And it was as a consequence of going to alternative med school in Florida that I came into contact with the work and became familiar also, as a consequence of being in the party, with the work of Mutulu Shakur. And I interviewed him by mail one year. I did a radio station for the party called Colonialism is Bad for Your Health. And he sent me this wonderful, I swear it was probably 15 pages in this interview. I just asked him some basic questions, mailed it to him, and he just was like a whole dissertation that he sent me. So I'm just so moved. I'm so moved. This is like probably the greatest news I could have heard in the last decade. This is powerful, and it really I wanted to agree with Baba Seku's wife. Like, this should be the shot in the arm to really encourage people to go hard to free the rest of the political prisoners that exist in this country, and to really at the same time expose the criminality of this process and how this whole thing needs to be dismantled. So I want to say all power to the people. Thank you for allowing me to put that information out. If anybody is needing information, you can go on to Dr. Shakur's IG page and his Twitter account. We're constantly posting flyers and updates for that event.
And make sure y'all go to the right site, because there's some frivolous sites going on out there, and that is not cool. If y'all really about the family, why not do what the family asks? I've been getting calls and emails about certain individuals that's, jacking our name, making their phony sites, and they reaping the benefits off of what's going on right now. And I don't think that's fair. If you really said you for my father, why not be for him? Don't use this as a tool to line your pockets or get recognition that you shouldn't deserve. I mean, people even using my name, that I say this and I say that. I'm verbalizing right now, Talib Shakur did not authorize or will not authorize anybody to do any type of campaigns and the benefit of my father without connecting with the family and friends of Dr. Mutulu Shakur. And we know who we are, and we are tight, we stay connected. So if it did not come through us, it is not sanctioned from goodwill. So, I hold no animosity towards anybody, but if y'all truly are for what y'all say y'all for, we will support you. We definitely will support you. But don't go out there using any of our names to line your pockets or just try to get recognition that shouldn't be done. That just speaks of a character of yourself. You should not, if you do things like that, your principles and your morals are totally twisted, and we do not want any parts of that. We want those that stand up, 10 toes down, backbone up. How are we gonna have people marching with us on our left or to our right and knowing that they have hidden agendas? That's not cool right there, So if you're gonna be for any type of movement, put my father to the side, put the Shakur family to the side. if you're gonna have an agenda of something positive and you want to reap the benefits from it, or let people know what's going on, you should do it with the spirit of righteousness, and that's when you will excel in life. That's where all the blessings will come your way. But now, unfortunately, scenarios and the powers that be is going to allow y'all not to be able to get blessed the way y'all should get blessed. So, you know, with that, you'll probably hear people names being, you know, out there, and rightfully so. But however, I'm a diplomatic person. I like to, you know, get things put like this. Those that knows, and who are doing the negative things, they know who they are. And I just pray that, you know, you see the light, see the realness of it, you know? So that's what I need to, you know, wanted to address. Stay blessed.
Shukran, brother, I really appreciate you mentioning that. And that is so true. And
1 second, I'm just realizing my name is spelled wrong on this paper.
who did that?
Now we gotta straighten that out. I don't know that person right there. Next go around. My bad.
So I just want
right.
to mention off of what you're saying, brother, that I want to thank everybody for your patience tonight with our technical difficulties, with our muting everybody. We did this for a reason. We did this to ensure that this was a sacred and beautiful and safe space for everybody, especially for Mutulu and his family as he comes home, and as they're here presenting, and as we're, you know, praying and advocating on his behalf for a very smooth transition home. So we wanted this to be a safe space, and this is why we've had some technical difficulties and a lot of mutes. So thank you, brother, for stating what you just stated. And that kind of went along with what I had just said. So thank you.
Yes, definitely. And then it looks like we have Princess up next.
Peace, everyone, free the land.
Right.
Some people know me as Princess Madaya. I am also known as Afua Sunni Ali. I am the daughter of Bilal and the late Ia Fulani Sunni Ali. And I don't have a question. I just have words of support to my cousins. It's just, I'm sitting here trying not to even cry, but
yeah.
It's a blessing to
we send blessings to you.
Be
we
here.
know what you're going through.
It's just a blessing to see this and witness this with you all. As you know, my mom was his comrade and a student, his sister, and her not being here physically, it just it's like I feel like I have to represent for her and know that we love y'all. We've been praying, we've been supporting, we're gonna be there, whatever y'all need, we got y'all. Like I see Uncle Sekou on here. Like I'm overwhelmed with joy, and I pray that it be the Most High's will that December 16th he walks out of those chains, that place, that dungeon, and he gets to be embraced by y'all first and foremost. And I know he feels the love. And you know, the few times that I have talked to him just recently, you know, he's just like, he's strong. And I know me and my brothers and sisters, we were just together for the week, and we're planning our trip to come. And so Mo, whatever you need, just let us know. So when we get there, we got y'all. But we love y'all. And I just want to say for the land.
You know what it is. You know what
That's
it is.
right. And
right.
I want to say to you, because listen, every time we link up, it's nothing but love. Y'all show nothing but love every time I hit the set, you know? And truth be told, we here for y'all as well. We know about what y'all going through with our family member. And, you know, even though these are trying times for us, it's trying times for y'all as well. More or less, we here for you, cuz, and we know what the family's going through on that side. And you know, certain people don't have to say how much they love us and how much they, you know, got our back, because y'all showing proof, you know, showing proof, and we appreciate it.
Free the land, y'all. Free the land. Uncle
Free the
Sekou,
land.
I see you back there. I love you.
And next up, looks like we have Katura Bryant. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name.
No, sir, you did that exactly correct. Peace and family. I feel like I'm such a baby in all of this movement, although I've been trained at the Lincoln Detox Center, Recovery Center in 1991. Have grown to know and understand the impact of Brother, the Honorable Mutulu Shakur. And I am currently the chair of the training committee for chair of training for NADA, the actually National Acupuncture Detox Association. And we are at a very pivotal point in our organization, one that is hopeful, one that is striving to honor the brothers and sisters that came before us. And we are welcoming any positive energy, positive support for us to continue to train the grassroots folks, the folks that has always been the energy to go into a community and have a positive impact. So when I was listening to Brother Patterson from DC, I'm definitely gonna go on the website and hopefully can connect personally with the organization. I am not in any space to speak for NADA. That is not my purpose here. But I will say personally for Katura, that is one of the goals that I have. And I know firsthand, having worked as a therapist, that is my discipline since I was introduced to NADA, and what a difference. It is the difference for any type of intervention. It is the difference from evidence-based practice treatment. I was a research therapist for years at Yale University, and so I was in the heart of the beast. And well, I know the things that we have done, the things that we can do are limitless, and this energy of Brother Shakur being granted his physical freedom, because I know that brother was chained mentally, no matter what they was doing to him. And so, this is just powerful, and I am just overwhelmed and honored to be in your presence, and I'm going to continue to strive to do the very best I can to honor the legacy of Brother Shakur. And the Black Panthers and the Young Lords and all those brothers that stood up and said, no, we are not having Big Pharma come up in this piece, not today, not tomorrow. So that's the voice that I have. And I thank you for just honoring me to just speak tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. And we have Pauletta.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. Great to see everything. And Kokai, it's wonderful to see you. And if you need
love you.
If you need help getting to Mutulu, you let me know.
Yeah, you got. I'm gonna put my number in the chat so that you and Sister Bryant, give me a call.
Okay. But the last time I saw Mutulu in Victorville, I've seen him a few times, and the last time I saw him, there were no more drinks. There was no coffee. There was nothing in the visiting room except
I remember that.
Mutulu and myself, and we were 6 feet apart. And we looked at each other and just started to laugh because it was hard to talk. It was hard to hear. And I told Mutulu, we talked about Jericho, we talked about what was going on, and he gave me information about his writings. But at the same time, it was such a difference. And when you see your dad, please give him our regards from Jericho and let him know how much we love him and respect him, and that anything that he needs, just to let us know. But it was great to visit Mutulu. And when we left, we got to hug each other, and I said, see you on the other side. And he said, I'll be there. And now that's a reality. So I have to thank everybody that's worked to help bring Mutulu home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulette. Acebio. Peace. How are you, man?
I want to say, all part to the people with resistance, free all political prisoners. I want to introduce myself. My name is Acebio Holiday. I'm from Oakland, California, and I work with the Black Panther Party. I first learned about Mutulu Shakur from Melvin Dixon, and I wrote Mutulu some kites when he was in prison, and he wrote me back a few times. And so I'm feeling inspired by this tonight. So thank y'all. I want to say to the friends and family that I'm ready, willing to support in any way. Just let me know there needs to be something. My question is to the friends and family: is there like anything that, in particular, that you guys want to say to the community on behalf of Dr. Mutulu Shakur?
We just appreciate all the efforts that y'all have done and will do to continue keeping his name alive. The legacy will continue, and it don't continue through the family. It continues to the friends, the supporters, and those that love him. A lot of y'all know my father way more than I know him, and I learned a lot about my father through all of y'all. So I truly appreciate everybody that's able to share their form of history and connections with my father, because that helps me better learn the true man that he really is, opposed to what this negative social media used to portray, So it's like a bittersweet situation, and I just urge y'all all to continue pushing forward. Today is my father, tomorrow it be somebody else's father, or they mother, or they aunt, or they niece, because we cannot forget about the females that are in captivity. I know we always speak about the men, but there's so many females in captivity as well that need to be recognized. All right. So King, keep pushing forward. You're doing great work out there, and the Shakur family truly appreciate you.
I guess we'll go to Cyrus from Oakland Jericho.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Honored to be here. Thank you so much for sharing. I just had a quick question to understand better if there's any health updates for Mutulu, and if y'all had any capacity to talk about some of the plans for his health care coming out. That'd be a blessing to hear about if you got any information on that. And thank you again for sharing everything tonight. It's been a beautiful experience being a part of this.
Well, Mutulu, everyone pretty much knows by now he has cancer. He has multiple myeloma, and it has to be monitored and maintained. He's still going through chemo. But now he has access to his acupuncture family, which I feel like is going to make a great deal of difference. Besides the cancer and the glaucoma and the, you know, everything is being maintained, but he's fighting. He is truly fighting. He's truly, it feels like, it looks like, it sounds like he's doing good. He's doing good right now. So, you know, with everybody's prayers and well wishes and everybody waiting for him to come home, he's getting excited. You know, his appetite is good. He's been asking me what we having for dinner. What's, you know, he in the mood for Indian food. I think it's going to do a lot for him to be free.
And it looks like you're unmuted now, Khalid.
Yes, I am. We just want to give our praise.
Being here.
Yeah, thank you. We just want to give our praise to God and everybody that's working around Brother Mutulu. We were very concerned about his care. I personally met Mutulu when I got out of prison at the detox facility, and he was telling me that they were trying to close it. And I was very concerned about that. He was telling me how people had stopped using drugs and how, you know, they had begun to get their lives straight, and that the Lincoln detox was very good. When I got out, I met not only Mutulu, but I met Safia Bukhari, Chokwe Lumumba, Imari Obadele. You know, I became a new African. You know, and so when I met Afeni, you know, I met a whole lot of people that stood for the struggle, and Mutulu was right in the group. You know, and now we have we're in Chicago, Illinois. We have a brother by the name of Malmeen here, and he actually lives with us, and he was on compassionate release. And what we did, we put him on hospice when he got out, and we began to, you know, to cut down on the cost, because the prison, the BOP they took everything. They took his oxygen tanks, they took his wheelchair. And now Malmeen is a patient at Northwestern Hospital for a double lung transplant. And, you know, they only release people when they're just about to die. But we didn't claim it. We want to give our praises to the family, particularly to the young brothers that's standing on the battlefield. The children are revolutionaries. You see, I'm a revolutionary. And when my daughter told me that she was a revolutionary, that made me very proud. So I know Mutulu was very proud. You guys keep it up. We want to share some notes with y'all. I'm not going to be long-winded, but I just wanted to say that we're in Chicago. We will be in touch with you, and God bless you.
God bless you. Straight ahead.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. Once again, make sure you hit all the links in the chat. Please try and contribute what you can. Once again, the official links to support Mutulu are in the chat. And on behalf of Jericho and myself, Opium Sabah, we would like to thank all of you for being here with us, for supporting the Shakur family. And from all of us, we wish you all and your father nothing but blessings, love, and good health. And from the bottom of everyone's hearts at Jericho, we humbly thank all of you for being here and taking time out of your evening and being part of this great event and hearing these inspirational stories and great words about Dr. Mutulu. So thank you very much all for being here. Please connect with us on your social media. Look us up under Oakland Jericho. Look up National Jericho. Please continue to send blessings and support the Shakur family in bringing Mutulu home. Free the land, much love and respect, and we love you all. Thank you for being here.
Love you all. Love Oakland Jericho.
All power to the people, free them all.
Power to the people.
All power to the people. Much love, y'all.
Much
Free the
love.
land.
Free the
Free the
land.
land.
Much love, free the land.
Peace.